And so Source has an opinion about what you have an opinion about. And if the opinion that Source has about what you have the opinion about meshes, matches, merges, harmonizes, if it's the same, in other words, if you're looking at somebody and you're loving them, your opinion matches. But if you're looking at someone and you're not loving them, not so much, well, Abraham, you should have seen what they did. If you're looking at someone and you're feeling something less than love, that feeling of less than love, you see, you don't walk around feeling less than love. You walk around thinking thoughts that give you the feeling of less than love. You don't think, I'm going to not love you. You think, I don't like what you just did, or I don't like what you just said. You focus negatively in an attitude of trying to push away from you something unwanted. And when you do that, you do something different than the Source within you is doing right here, right now, about the same subject. And so the feeling of I don't love you, the feeling of absence of love, is the feeling you get when you diverge, when you depart, when you contradict the opinion that the larger part of you holds. Now, how does that settle with you? Does it make you feel funny that there's someone with such an opinion about what you've got going on? We get it. You don't like your mother with her nose in your business. You don't like anybody with their nose in your business. But we got to tell you, we're in your business. We're in your business because we are your business. We are the product of what you've been synthesizing. We are the sum total of all that you've lived. We stand as the vibrational equivalent of what you've come to. So you cannot separate yourself from us, but you can introduce enough resistance between that which is you and that which is us that you can make yourself feel bad. And then you blame it on everything else. You blame it on that guy. You blame it on that other thing that happened. You blame it on some circumstance or some event. And we want you instead to take credit for every emotion that you feel, because every emotion that you feel is the simple byproduct or indicator of your frequency as it relates to the total frequency of who you are. So you were source energy before you came into this physical body. Many of you are coming to understand that. But what most people still do not understand is that even though you were source energy before you came into this body, that only part of that source energy that you were before you came into this body came into this body. The larger part of that source energy that existed before you came into this body didn't come into this body, but remains non-physically focused. So there is you that is non-physical, and there's you that is physical, and there is a vibrational relationship between the two. So here you are in your leading edge physical experience, exploring the variety, knowing what you don't want, and therefore knowing what you do want. And every time you have any kind of an experience that causes you to have any kind of an opinion, which is happening at all levels of your being, even cellular level, you are launching rockets of desire, even at a cellular level. And those rockets of desire, they are precursors. They are vibrational rockets. They are vibrational projections of thought. They are vibrational rockets that are actually vibrating, that have a strong point of attraction. And when you launch one of those, we ride it, we become it, we understand it, we blend it with everything else that you have become. So when we are talking about that relationship between you and you, we're talking about the vibrational relationship between you as you stand right now, given the opinion that you hold, and you that has become the vibrational equivalent of that which is us. You that is already living the dreams that you've dreamed. You that is already spending the money that you've gathered. You that is already knowing the things that you want to know. Because you can't ask a question about something that you want to know without sending out the rocket of the knowledge of it. In the moment you ask the question, we know the answer. That's how this powerful law of attraction universe works. And do you know why? In the moment that you pose the question or live in the problem, that we know the answer or the solution. Do you understand why the solution is instantaneous for us? Because when that rocket goes off and there is no resistance, the solution must be instantaneous. You could do that too if you weren't so hung up on explaining the problem. You get so invested in your problems because most of you view the world in an action-oriented way, and you think that there is someone, it was like your mother and father at first, someone who holds the answers, but you have to get in line. In other words, It's like Congress. There are a whole lot of other problems that we've got to think about before we think about yours. Yours isn't even on the docket this year, Congress tells you. Or your mother says to you, do you think you are the center of the universe? I have more important things to think about today than that. But the universe never says that to you. The universe says, when you ask, it is given. And the only question that we want to ask you is, where are you in relationship to the answer that has been given? And that's really what this gathering is all about, as far as we are concerned.